Hey, it's Andrew Downs. I'm proud to support Three Beards Media, and I would love to work with you. If you need merchandise for your company, organization, band, softball team, whatever, I can help. From name brand apparel to promotional items, large orders or small, online stores, and more, I can help your brand stand out. AKC Marketing is local, based in Johnston, and we are an employee-owned business, so our costs are low and our turnaround times are fast. But most importantly, we give you personal service to make sure you get exactly what you're looking for. Email me at andrew@akcmarketing.com or find me on social media and let's make some cool stuff together. Now sit back and enjoy this Three Beards Media podcast.
And a long time plan. From the bright lights flashing down in Old Sin City to a 2-drink minimum in the town so great. Punch line fly on the interstate. Truck stop coffee keeping us awake. Midwest roads, yeah we know them well. From Des Moines to Chi, got stories to tell. Late nights, bright lights, open mic fights. Killing on stage, then it's back to the flight. From the cornfields to the Vegas Strip. Ain't no state where we don't fit. Billy and Willie's workshop, welcome inside. Where the jokes are sharp and the laughs collide. From the neon glow to the small town dive. Comedy's the road that keeps us alive.
Billy,
hello,
that
everybody.
Guy that had a stroke. Ain't no joke. What up, baby?
What's up with you?
Well, I just said I'm wearing my San Diego Padre hat in honor of my 95-year-old sister that I found out about 15 years ago. And we became best friends, and she was a San Diego Padre fan. I found out that she passed today at 95. So I'm sad, but on the other hand, great life. You know what? Give me 95. I will sign a contract right now to give me 95.
Quality 95? Was it
Yeah,
quality?
it was. Well, let me tell you what. We went to her 95th birthday. And my wife and I and my brother and my sister, and we're like, well, you know, we better get there and spend some time. She's 95. I want her to be alone for a second. We get there. The house is jam-packed, and she's introduced us. And this is my this is the girls I work out with. And here's the girls that I'm in my painting class. And here's, I take her life was full. And I've got on my phone, I was just going through old messages. We used to text each other about all the ball games, and we would just talk. The last thing she texted me was not too long ago and said, "Are you watching the Cubs Padre games?" So, good life, man.
Yeah.
God bless.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that. And you just found out about her 15 years ago, huh? So
yeah.
Exactly. Like I got an 80-year-old sister. I just found out about.
No, that's the truth. But actually, I kind of knew a long time ago when right after my father passed, because a guy here in Des Moines wrote a book about my dad called Blood and Power, and he mentions my father back in the 20s. Getting married to this Jewish woman and having a child, and then we were like, what? My mom was alive at the time, so we called our relatives in Chicago and we're like, what is this? And like, oh no, but it was true. Bullshit. And what happened was my dad, when he was married to this lady back in the early 30s, they came home one day with my dad. My dad was with his cronies, and they were doing something really, really bad in the house.
Unsavory.
Yeah, I think I don't know if they were whacking somebody or whatever they were doing. And basically they went on the lam, man. They took off. And so the woman kind of kept in touch with my father a little bit. And so my sister knew all about us all along. She knew when my father died. She knew when my brother Frankie got killed, all this. And it took my brother Johnny to find her when she was 80. And we always asked her, if you knew about us, how come you didn't say anything? And she goes, out of respect for your mother. So, she's a pretty cool lady. Pretty cool lady.
She was like
Dolores.
Huh. Yeah. She was like, your dad, we didn't want anybody to know your dad was married to a dirty Jew.
You had to take something beautiful and go there with it. Well, so we just found out about you. You're like JD Vance. You're golfing with some poor guy who had a stroke. You're like JD Vance and the Pope.
Yeah.
You know what? He goes to the Ohio State with their team, and he breaks their trophy. Then he
I saw that. Yeah. I'm underside. I don't even fucking hardly pay attention to anything.
Yeah,
I say it all the time. I don't.
Exactly.
I mean, what's the point?
What is the point? There's no point.
I think that's what they're banking on. I guess I'm buying in. I guess I'm doing the thing that I'm not supposed to do, but
nah.
So fucking
Live your life.
exhausting.
Live your life, Billy. Don't worry about that other stuff. That's all I'm telling you.
I mean, I'm a fucking middle-aged white male. And,
Yeah.
you know,
you should. Yeah.
it's easy for me not to care.
That's right. Exactly. Well, I'm
I mean,
almost 70.
I'm saying all that in jest. I
Yes.
do care, but like,
well, I mean, you can only care so much. You still got to go out and live your life. I mean, I'm 60. I'm almost 70, so it's like I care to a certain point. But I mean,
I can't watch the news.
No.
Like whatever's going on news-wise, it's just.
There's always going to be 50% of the people that say you're wrong. So I mean, I'm not in the mood to fight with anybody at this point in my life. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so I'm just going to try to be a good person, live my life, and keep the politics on the side with people I can trust and talk
what
about.
does try to be a good person mean?
Be nice to everybody. Just be a nice guy. Just don't cause any grief. Don't make anybody sad. Just be a fucking nice guy. You're a fucking nice guy.
Just send me a text and tell me to cuss somebody out.
That's right, exactly. If I got somebody I don't like, I'll just wait till you're drunk at a hotel someplace and say, Billy, did you hear what this guy just said? And you get on there.
I'm like, I was like, what's his name in the third Godfather? Andy Garcia.
That's right. You went after Joey Zazzle.
You're saying to his face one time. Just fucking say it one time.
What else is going on? We're shaking, Bacon.
Yeah, I mean, like that was like fucking terrifying. By the way, the stroke. Like,
I've been around a few situations where things were bad, but there's always been extra people around, so I didn't feel like. But was it just you and him?
No,
okay.
There were 4 of us playing.
Okay, that's good. I mean, yeah.
But yeah, it was like you
don't want somebody to die on you. Then all of a sudden they say, "Well, did you do this?" And you're like, "No," and they're like, "Well, fuck you. You might as well kill them." It's like you don't want to be that guy.
You know what? I am glad though, like that. There's been enough out there, like said about the signs of a stroke and stuff.
Yeah.
Like because I don't recall ever purposely watching anything that told me the signs of a stroke. But I knew what they were.
You hear them long enough that it just sinks in.
Yeah, it's always been out there, like in the so whatever, whatever made that awareness. That's like what awareness is when people are talking about bringing awareness to something.
Right, exactly.
I feel like that's what they're talking about. Like it was just ingrained in me. Like I instantly was like, no, this dude's having a stroke. This is.
So let me ask you, you could help with that. Can you help with other things? Let's say somebody almost drowns. Can you give them, can you mouth to mouth? Can you deliver a baby on all this important shit?
I could definitely deliver a baby.
You could get right in there.
I know my way around a vagina. Let's just put it that way.
You're supposed to pull the baby out. You're not supposed to get yourself in there too.
Well, I mean, that's when it's the most vulnerable and I can get the closest look.
It's not a fuckhole at that point. It's not.
No, but you know what? There's pictures out there on the internet of dudes with their whole heads in vaginas. And I figure that would be the best.
Wait a minute, let me get this straight. There's pictures of guys, their entire head in there.
Yeah.
Okay. Don't send it to me.
Look it up, Chris.
No, I'm not looking nothing up like that.
Look it up, Chris.
Nope, not doing it.
Why not?
Not gonna do it.
Nope. Can't do it.
What kind of fucking podcast is this?
Oh God.
Can't even look up a good fucking head in the vagina picture. I feel oppressed.
Well, but you did something good today, or yesterday, or whatever it was.
Saturday. Well, I mean, all of us like.
Was it like his kid with him or anything? Was it like any family?
No, so it was me, him, my buddy, one of my best friends I grew up with. It's the guy that had the stroke is his brother-in-law.
Okay, all right.
Who I've become friends with because I golf with him every week.
And you said he couldn't hold the putter, so yeah. And you charged him for the stroke afterwards.
Also a buddy of his. Yeah, I definitely counted the fucking
the stroke. And
I counted the stroke as a stroke.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. He actually ended up. Usually we won't let you go over an 8. You just if it's that bad, you just fucking take an 8.
Mm-hmm.
But since he actually had a stroke, he had to take a 10. But anyway, yeah. So we all just kind of the guy that his buddy or whatever, we put him in that guy's truck.
Mm-hmm.
That guy drove him to the urgent care that was up the road. Me and my other buddy took care of everybody's clubs, carts, all that.
Yeah.
Returned all that stuff. I drove this guy's truck to urgent care while my buddy drove it. So, everybody's cars were
so let me ask you,
supposed to be.
I don't golf, but from what I just heard you say is an 8's like the worst you go. So even if you don't golf and never make a shot, the worst you can do with you guys is a 72 for 9. Right? Because it's 8 strokes a hole times 9, 72.
Yeah, well, some people will do like 9 on a par 5.
Yeah, okay.
They'll change it. You know what I mean? But
yeah,
for the most part, you usually don't get an 8. I mean, honestly, like
well,
most
I'm saying
of
if you
us
don't golf at all, I don't golf at all. I mean, I would get an 8.
No, it's just a way to keep it moving.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
If you count every single stroke like you're supposed to, you could have a hole where you end up with a fucking 12, and whoever's behind you
is pissed off.
Is pissed off. Yeah. So you
exactly.
It's just kind of a way to keep it moving. And there's always people.
What's the best you've ever shot for 9 holes?
For 9?
Yeah.
I don't know, in the 30s.
Oh, well, that's good. That's very good.
That's the best I've ever shot.
Yeah. And if it wasn't for the windmill, you'd have probably got a 29.
Right.
That's right. Yeah.
The best score I've ever had is an 83.
Okay. Well, that's for
18.
Good. Yeah.
I've done that twice.
Huh. And where are you mostly at, in the 90s?
Yeah, anymore. But
that's most of my friends that golf, and they golf a lot, and they've been golfing for years, and most of them are high 80s or late.
Yeah, I mean
90s.
it's pretty hard to get any better than that.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
You got to play daily. Like you always have to have a practice regimen.
Mm-hmm.
Like you got to, Also, I'm sure guys that are. I mean, at this point, you've seen enough guys that like D1 athletes are like. D1 athletes are D1 athletes. They're just
what's amazing
level, and most of them can just pick up any stick and hit any ball.
But golf is a special. People always say, "Well, golf can't be that." And I said, "Listen, when the greatest athlete in the world, Michael Jordan, has trouble, that just shows you what it takes to actually get good in that game. I mean, unbelievable."
And it'll depend on how easy the course is.
Yeah, that's true.
Like some of them are shorter than others, some are more open than others.
Yeah. Do you play the same? You guys always play the same place?
Most of the time, but he's got his pass is at a couple different places now.
Have you ever played in any place really nice? You ever done Glen Oaks or Wakanda?
Well, Echo Valley was pretty nice. Like. That's the only private course I've really ever played on.
Yeah.
I'm a fucking dirty North Sider. I can't play on those courses where you can't wear you have to have a collared shirt
I've done private shows, corporate shows, and at Spyglass in California, Medina, where they had the Ryder Cup in Chicago, and all these courses, they've said to me, you can play 18. And I said, I don't golf, and I'm not going out there. And so what I would do is I just got a golf cart and had a drink and just drove around,
Yeah.
But and I've talked to guys that are golfers, and they're like, "Oh man, I'd have paid you to do that. Yeah, I'd have given you the money and just done the gig just to play the course."
Golf. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, and I'm surprised you don't golf.
You know what? I was going to take it up when I was about 18 or 19. My cousin Marty, who was a great golfer, Marty Morrow, since gone, he was going to teach me. But he's one of them Italian guys that he was just fucking so mean. I mean,
I remember you telling me like you wanted to kill him. So
the best swing I took was when I tried to hit him with the club. I mean, he was so mean. So I didn't get into it then.
What did he say to you? What did he say?
Oh my God, he was saying,
"Listen, give me an example.
Take these sticks. See those sticks that you got there? Take those, break them in half over your knee, and go start a fucking fire. Go in there and eat a hot dog. You suck." I mean, he just kept. My God, how you say you're an athlete? You're not with that. You're not even close to an. I mean, just my. I got. Let me go get Aunt Catherine. I think she can hit the ball farther. Just kept it up. And the whole time he's trying to teach me, you got to do your hand here and do that. And then, I wouldn't do it quite right. Jesus Christ, how fucking hard, he would just keep it up. Finally, I said, get the fuck, I'm going to kill you. And then by the time I wanted to get into it, when you get in your 30s, when like your age, then Claudia was born.
I'm 46.
Well, I mean, but when you get into it, like in your late 30s, so then my daughter was born. And then, then I started the softball started and in the basketball. And it was like I just didn't really have the, because to get decent, which I would, if I was going to play, I have to be decent. And I know that takes, I mean, that's Saturday morning, you're up at 6 and you're playing till 2. You know what I mean? I just, quite frankly, I watch it on TV. I like watching the Masters and all that. But to me, to go out and play 18 holes, or you got guys that, they'll play 36 if you give them a shot. I mean, the game doesn't. I mean, I don't find it that fun because I suck. Number one, but
See, for me, it's the only thing I've ever been able to suck at and still have fun.
Yeah. See, but if you played, there's this kid I grew up with, Mike Pawnee. We call him Pooch, and Pooch he played basketball with us, and he was an okay basketball player, but I always was better, and certain. And Pooch works at Blank now, and Pooch is a pretty good golfer, and I've often told everybody, if Pooch can beat me, I'll never fucking play. And I know he can beat me, so I'm never gonna. I can't have Pooch dogging.
So whatever the sport is, because he was a shitty athlete.
No, he wasn't. I mean, he was okay, but he wasn't. He was a little guy like me. He was all right, but I mean, he came from Italy when he was like 12. So. But just the fact that he could murder me in golf, I didn't want it.
And shit.
Yeah, I didn't want Pooch beating me at anything, so I did. Fuck that.
Did you ever have? How many uncoordinated kids did you have trying to play? Because I know when I grew up, and when you grew up, I got to think it was even more so.
Oh yeah, because there was nobody.
Everybody played, so there's nothing else to do.
Yeah, nobody coaches anybody. I mean, that was it. I couldn't remember.
There were kids that would try to play with us.
Yeah.
Because and just be terrible, and you'd let them play because
sometimes you just needed the bodies.
Yeah.
I mean, I was a gym rat when I was a kid. I used to go to, and back then they used to have open gyms all the time at Brody and at Weeks and at Lincoln, and you could go and play. And for the most part, you could find good games, but sometimes you'd be there on a Tuesday night and there's nobody there. So, everybody would be there. And a lot of times, I'm sure you've had this before too, where the guys that were good athletes in one sport but weren't good at the other. Like at Dowling, there were a lot of really good football players that wanted to play basketball. And
then they just travel and run
over
you. Yeah, just terrible.
The defense was the worst. It would just murder.
Yeah.
You. But
I remember we my cousin was dating this dude. He was about a 6'4" black dude.
Yeah.
And they always wore like Jordan jerseys. They would like dress the same. It was like that 90s fucking. They'd both have a Jordan jersey on and the same hat. Fucking whatever,
Yeah.
And he was always talking about how much he loved to play basketball and stuff, and so one day we're like, all right, well, let's go to my buddy's house and he, we're like, oh God, probably, I think maybe I'm a sophomore in high school, sophomore in high school. And, so my dad and we get a couple of my buddies together. We go to their house and play, and so we're picking teams. And right away I'm like, okay, well, I'll take. His name was Ira.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, I'll take Ira. And so we all start playing, and this dude is fucking walking to come at the same time.
You know what's funny about that? Because that happened to me. I remember when I was doing comedy in Detroit all the time back in the 90s. And there was a lot of black comics there, and I would go. They would have we go to open gyms, and there was all these black comics that could not play basketball. I said they got to do a documentary. There are like 3 or 4 of them could not play at all. And you know what's weird about that, Billy? When you think about what other sport and what other race do you stereotype so bad? You know what I mean?
Right.
I mean, only blacks in basketball. They're supposed to play.
Yeah.
I mean, no one looks at a. I don't know. I mean, I'm trying to
imagine what's that probably feel like for a black kid growing up that doesn't play basketball?
It's got to be fucking horrible, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, I bet it
unless
is.
like unless you're
I
a
mean,
rapper.
listen, I bet it is. Like we're just fucking assuming this
I mean, but you
this
don't do that with white
conversation's
guys.
so fucking racist.
I
in the
know, but I
first
mean, you don't
place.
do that to other guys. You don't look at white guys and go, "Well, what do you mean you don't golf?" I mean, you just don't. I
No,
mean,
I go, what do you mean you don't play cornhole?
exactly. Yeah, I mean, I'm thinking about this. I mean, you could do other things that aren't sports. I mean, you're looking at an Asian guy, and you're not good at math. You're fucking kidding me. You know what I mean? You hold the camera and take the picture. You'll be better than us. No, you're not driving us home. I don't care if we're drunk. You know, you should things like that. I guess. You got the Native American guy. Put
Don
your head down on the
Rickles,
ground. See if anybody's coming.
I didn't know I was doing a podcast with Don Rickles.
Listen, hockey puck, I'm not done yet. Give the Jew the checkbook. You know what I'm saying? Hey, look at the black guy over there. Look at me like. I love watching old Rickles.
Sometimes he wasn't even saying anything funny.
No, just utterly just
It was just this fucking face and just fucking yeah.
Look at the black guy. Look at me like I don't know where he at. You know? Thank God Trump's in office. We can do these again.
No, see, that's okay because we were talking about Don Rickles doing it.
Yeah, that's right.
You were doing a Don Rickles impression.
Yeah.
That was satire.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Totally different.
Yeah.
Did you have a show this past weekend?
I did. Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did show. Well, no, we did show. Oh, I didn't do the show this weekend, but we did the show Thursday for.
Oh yeah, we did the cop show.
It was good. That was a fun show.
That was
you, me, Danny
show.
T. We had who else there? We had
AJ Simmons.
AJ Simmons, very funny kid, and very young guys, very funny.
Yeah.
Tee fellas, very funny guys.
No, that was a good time.
Yeah, it was. You went off on the cops pretty hard.
Yeah, I did fucking hammer the cops pretty good.
Yeah, you did.
They loved it.
Oh, they did. No, it was.
Yeah,
yeah.
But it was a risk.
Yeah.
You know, you just never.
All it takes is that one rogue cop.
It was.
Sound like.
I wish I had. Well, I think Danny recorded it. I wish I was gonna say like.
Yeah.
I think my Johnny Goss joke was fucking.
I thought it was hilarious. Yeah. Yeah. I what do you call it though? I did a callback on it too.
Oh, you did? I didn't hear it.
Oh, I did. I would talk about when how they're getting rid of people at Hy-Vee, and there's a girl named Denise that I really like. I said, Denise is not there no more. I said, where's Denise? Where's fucking Denise? They got rid of Denise. You want to find Denise? She's over there in the milk, over in the dairy aisle on the side of a milk carton. Her and Johnny Gosh.
I was surprised how many people got the first thing.
Yeah.
Like I was scared because, you know.
You know what? We're at that point in our careers and our lives that, you got to watch it after a while because you can, the crowds are getting so much younger that you might lose them on certain references. You know what I mean?
It's just like growing up. It's just like growing up. I'm trying to think of the comparison that I wanted to make. Like you have to be careful, yes, because they might not get a reference, or something. But also, like, it's the same as how when you're a kid, you don't think about consequences.
Yeah,
like you ride your bike super fast down a hill. You don't think about hitting the manhole cover or whatever. But then after you've hit that manhole cover, as you get older, you might not ride your bike as fast down that hill because you know that manhole's there, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
And it kind of gets that way with comedy. It's like there's moments where you actually kind of become more of a pussy. And then you work because you've made the mistakes.
Well, you
still go off the rails, you go a certain direction. So there has to be
and you feel it about yourself too. I mean, I think in comedy you got to grow as far as you have to know. You know, as Clint Eastwood once said, a man's got to know his limitations. I mean, when I was younger, I used to talk about getting broads in the bar and this, that, and the other. And you've seen comics do this. They talk about being the wild guy and they're doing this and they're doing that. Yeah. And then they, 20 years later, they're doing the same act and you're looking and you're going, you're not. No, you're not. You didn't do a line earlier tonight and you didn't go out and you know what I mean. So it's the same thing with like comics. I mean, after a while, you change because you have changed. You know what I mean?
True.
You know better than to say certain things because you're not an idiot still. You hopefully you've advanced in your life.
Well,
I
you
mean,
also
think about your stuff you did when you first started. The things you were talking about. Is it a lot different than it is now?
yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I don't know. I talked about jerking off a lot, right?
I'm sure you're still doing that.
Yeah, I don't really do it
No.
on stage, but I talk about it
No.
on this
Yeah.
podcast a lot.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't
Get
know.
yourself a little wrestling buddy.
You know, I mean, I don't know. I know that I've changed as a comic. I mean, there's no doubt, but I mean, I couldn't. If I look back on the jokes that I really remember back in the day, I could probably still do most of them.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
I think you forget the ones you couldn't do anymore.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Do you know that's when you knew you were an actual real comic? Is when you used to write a good joke, but you realized it didn't fit you, so you would give it away. You know what I mean? You ever done that? I've done that many times where I write something, I'm like, you know what? Just doesn't fit who I am. I don't buy it. And if I don't buy me saying it, I don't think anybody else is. And you give a joke away, and it's like, well, it's a good joke, but it's not for me. I can't do bathroom humor. If I think of something really funny, bathroom humor, I'll give it away. I can't do it.
So, so my show Saturday.
Yeah.
It was one of those shows where you.
Oh yeah. So where'd you go? Now, where was this at?
It was in.
And you were Sammy, right?
Yeah, I took Sam Hershak with me.
Yeah.
Who I love having open for me. He's really funny. He's a good hang.
Yeah.
We get there and the guy's like, yeah, we'll see who shows up or whatever, because I haven't sold any tickets at all.
How far away was it?
About 3 hours.
Okay. Up by Sioux City, right?
A little, yeah, pretty close. It's like 40 minutes from Sioux City.
Okay. So then what happened?
And so like 5 people come in.
Uh-huh.
And it ends up like they were already in the bar getting hammered.
Right.
And so it ends up being 6 people in the bar owner, and they just weren't gonna stop talking. Like
that was it.
It was one of those you just had to let the crowd be in control.
Exactly.
You were a dick.
Yeah.
You just had to let them lead the way.
And you could probably tell when Sam got up, right? So Sam's doing it first, and you're going, "Oh my God, this is not."
Well, you just knew it was only going to get worse.
Yeah.
Like it was. They were halfway decent for Sam, but you knew it was just going to get worse and worse and worse. Like,
so did it just turn into a conversation then with you and them?
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
The longer he was up there, it turned more and more into that for him.
Right. Yeah.
And so then my set was like, and I tried to like pull out some stops. Like right at the beginning, I was like, look, we can wait. I wanted them to all go get a drink or something.
Yeah.
Because I was like, everybody's drink's empty. So they're all going to just fucking start getting up and going and getting a drink. And I'm going to lose half my audience.
Sure.
The entire fucking. So I started out trying to get that done.
Yeah.
So that they would at least be sitting there for a minute and I could hopefully keep their attention. And I can't, and it wasn't that we did a full show. We did a full hour and a half show, probably even a little longer, but it wasn't that I couldn't keep their attention because I did. It was that I couldn't keep their undivided attention enough to tell a joke. Like,
I understand exactly what you're saying too. I mean, what you did is you entertained them, but not in a typical comedy club fashion. It wasn't, I was just set up punchline kind of.
No, I was the leader of the room at the bar.
Right.
I was the leader of the conversation, and then like somebody'd wander in here and there.
Yeah.
But like it gave me different opportunities. Like I've been. I think we initially talked about it on here. Like, and I was, I've been trying to mine different material off of our podcast.
Yeah.
And so I started doing this. I've done it twice now. Is I was talking about how I'm trying to have more empathy. like empathy is a big word now. It's a big buzzword. Everybody,
Yeah.
you know,
Sure.
but everybody seems to only want to be empathetic to things that they like or that they
Right.
agree with.
Hmm.
They want empathy, but they don't want to give it to things that they don't understand or they don't agree with. It doesn't,
I got you.
you know.
Yeah. And so were you more
And
empathetic to
so
the?
I say I still have no fucking clue because it's only this is the only thing that's funny about it is this line is
Mm.
uh I say that real empathy is understanding the difference between bestiality and zoophilia.
I know what bestiality is. What's zoophilia?
So bestiality is fucking
When you,
animals,
yeah, it's right.
which is basically rape, being an
Yes.
animal.
Yes.
Zoophilia is you have an actual relationship with that animal, like a committed, like
How do you know the difference? I mean, the animal can't talk, so how do you know that he's consenting?
it's not it. I don't have. It's because of the way they look at you. Like you talked about the way your dog.
The way they look at you.
Yeah, the way your dog looks at you.
Okay.
Like you know, how your dog just gives you that look. You know, like,
Yeah.
'cause
My
you're his
dog usually the
fucking
look is
Lord,
usually I love you
your
because you give
God.
me treats, not because I love you because we're going to sleep together. But oh well,
Well, you know, I suppose a lonely guy might see it another
might
way.
see it a different way. That's right. And- oh God.
Anyway,
Hmm.
it's not about knowing the difference for the animal.
Yeah.
It's about knowing the difference for the human.
Okay.
So, you know, so you judge them accordingly.
Hmm.
You know, the
So this crowd, did you want to make passionate love or did you want to rape them? What was
the
it?
yeah, I did not this crowd I wanted bestiality, not
You wanted,
zoophilia.
that's
It
right.
was
You wanted
yeah,
wanted to rape
I
the
wanted
crowd.
to pillage.
Well, you know what? Like we've talked about this before, as far as what we do. Our only job is to entertain. Doesn't matter how we do it. What's that? Are you entertained? Yeah, that's what we do. If they're entertained, then you've done your job. Whether you're telling one-liners or juggling or whatever it is, if they walked out of there going, "God, I never laughed so hard in my life," well, then you
We'll
did your
have to
job.
show you this video. There was a guy there that they call Mouth.
Mouth,
Yeah, and
yeah.
it's for all the reasons you would think. The guy doesn't fucking shut up.
Mm-hmm.
But he was so enthusiastic
Yeah.
and he thinks he's helping.
Oh yeah.
Like he's fucking laughing at he's reacting to every sentence. Like
You said
he's
so. I walked into this place. Ah!
no,
Yeah.
oh no, oh no.
Good old mouth.
Oh, fucking Sam recorded him at one point because I was talking about. I mean, it was all just nonsense. I was
Yeah.
talking nonsense. It was just like I was talking about having pagers and having like 911 on the
Mm,
pager, and that meant like the weed had arrived, or
yeah.
911 just meant emergency. That's what it meant. Like,
Yeah.
call me right now. But anyway, I said, and he's like, yeah, all right. I used to have a codes for if they checked their number. I didn't know who it was, but in their code, I was like, yeah, that's Charlie.
So, sounds like the mouth talked quite a bit during the show.
Yeah. And that was his volume too, by
Yeah.
the way. That was
Mhm.
every. But what do you do when he's the guy having the best time?
You know what? That's once again, like I said, your job is to make sure they're having a good time. As
Well,
long
I
as it's
think
not interfering with. Were the other people getting like pissed off? Were they like mouth shut up? Shut your mouth.
it was just another night at the bar.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
they're all regulars,
Yeah.
they're all there. It's their
Mhm.
fucking Saturday, their typical Saturday
Yeah.
night.
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean, you know what?
I gotta get home. I gotta cook a 12-pound ham in the morning. It's getting late.
Did you guys
Like,
spend the night or did you come home that night?
oh, we came home.
Uh-oh.
It was
Mm.
I mean, it was one of those like those are those gigs where you get your black belt. Like
Yeah.
it's just a
Yeah, you don't want to make it a regular occurrence, but you got to feel
no.
good about the fact that you were professional enough to handle the situation and come out
Yeah, I
with
mean,
yeah.
maybe 15 years ago, I would
Yeah.
have just said, "Fuck this shit!" Like,
Yeah.
oh my god,
Hmm.
and I would have been miserable throughout the thing, and like it just would have been
What you know
hell.
what, Billy? What a difference! So I mean, when you work a professional comedy club as opposed to something like that,
Oh
I
yeah,
mean, it's just because the audiences are trained to understand what they know why they're there. They understand how to react, how to act. Makes it
yeah.
so much. I mean, you know what I mean?
There's a
And then you get in
doorman.
another situation, and you're just in there with a bunch of banshees.
There's actual like security,
Yeah,
and
exactly. Yeah, yeah. But like you said, there's some people walking in and it's like, well, oh, you're here, so you know, oh,
this
you didn't
one
tell.
guy comes in he's fucking uh he's the town drunk.
Yeah. Oh, the town. What was the name of the town?
Sutherland, Iowa.
Sutherland, Iowa. Okay.
And this guy comes walking in like,
Oh God!
I
Already,
mean,
he's drunk as hell, and then he's just walking into the bar.
he
Yeah.
was gonna fall over at any moment.
Jesus.
And he comes in and they go, "Oh, he's the
Yeah.
town drunk. He's so and so." He sits down. Come on, man. Talk your shit.
Oh God. Oh God.
Give me what you got, man.
Did he talk to
Talk,
Mouth? Him and Mouth buddies?
talk your shit.
Yeah.
No, right about now, Mouth's girlfriend called him.
Mouth's
Mouth,
girlfriend.
yeah, and so Mouth answered the phone loudly.
Hello.
Okay, yeah, I'll come out there. Yeah, I'll come and get. No, I'm at the show. I'm trying to help with the show.
I'm trying to help with.
I'll come out there and get. I'll come out there and get you.
And you're
So
thinking to yourself,
Mouth left, right as this guy comes in.
oh, so he replaced him. Oh, that's good. The
No,
town drunk replaced Mouth.
I wanted Mouth back.
Yeah. The town drunk replaced Mouth.
I wanted Mouth back.
And you're thinking to yourself, 25 years in this business and I'm here. I'm doing this.
These are they're the gigs I've been avoiding.
Yeah.
They're the gigs I haven't had to do to make ends meet. So I haven't really been doing them.
Was this a Jer Dog gig?
It was.
Yeah, okay. I've done some Jer Dog gigs that have been actually pretty well,
9 times.
Yeah.
8 out of they're the nature of a one-nighter. 8 out of 10 of them is really good.
Oh yeah.
Like he does it right so that most of the time they're pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
He does most of the work for them.
Yeah.
And but every once in a while you just hit one that's shit.
It's the town drunk and Mouth show.
Yeah. And also those towns, when the population's like 700,
yeah,
they're only going to enjoy the comedy show so many times, no matter how. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
When the novelty wears off,
mm-hmm.
they don't want to buy the ticket anymore.
You know what's scary is you do these gigs sometimes and you go in there and you could just tell right off the bat there's a bunch of them that just, I don't want to call them stupid, but you could just see the IQs not there that like a lot of the stuff you're going to do is just it's just going to go right by them. You know what I mean? That might have been Mouth. That might have been the town drunk.
Well, one of the guys actually said as we were leaving, one of the guys said that we were the best that he'd seen in a while.
Yeah. Because there's people that if the joke is longer than 7 words, they're not going to follow you.
That's what was happening.
Yeah.
That's what that night was. Yeah. At one point I said that. I was like, I can't tell you. I'm not going to say anything to you guys that requires thinking. It's just out the window.
If I do a setup, you're not going to be here for the punchline.
No.
Yeah. So exactly.
No long journeys.
No, I did a gig a while back and actually turned out pretty good. It was in where in the hell was I? What town was I in? I was in some small town southwest Iowa, and to get there, I mean, you literally had to drive on a sidewalk for like 40 miles. Finally got there. I mean, I didn't see a house all the way there. When I finally got there, there was like 300 people in the basement of this bar. And of course, your typical a whole table of women in their 80s, and somebody's got a little kid with a balloon. I don't know where the balloon came. It just went.
Yeah.
And it was a typical, like, okay, I'm not going to be able to do setups. So, I did my typical walk around, and it turned out to be fun. I mean, I had a good time, but it wasn't what I wanted to really do. You know what I mean? Sometimes you just
But
want
at
to work
least
on
if
some
there's
stuff.
at least if there's 300 people,
Yeah, that made it easy. I mean,
you
it was
can
packed.
find at least a chunk.
Yeah, exactly.
Like
Yeah.
when there's only
6 people. What you
up
just
to,
described, the
like
6 people in a bar, and you can always tell the characters already. There's the mouth, there's the town. Yeah, and you're thinking to yourself, I'm just going to have to fight my way through this, and hopefully they'll find this
yeah,
funny and not offensive. Because there's always that chance you're going to find that one guy he's in a bad mood for whatever reason, and whatever you say is going to turn him,
yeah.
goofy. Yeah, you don't want that.
I
Yeah.
just don't feel like fighting with crowds anymore.
No, God, no.
I mean, it's been so long since I had to
Yeah.
fight through a set like
Yeah.
that.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I was telling Sam afterwards. I was like, this is one of those shows where you wish you were the opener.
Yeah, exactly.
Like you spend most of your career wanting to be the headliner and everything.
Well, because attention spans. I mean, you go in some rooms and you're like, this isn't an hour and a half attention span. This is They might.
I mean, while he was on stage, I was back there going, "Damn it! I wish I was the opener right now." Because I knew.
I understand that.
I just knew. I knew where it was going. When you can predict just about everything at this point.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You can read. You can read a room pretty fast.
Yeah, I mean, what kind of it's not even necessarily about their sensibilities as a crowd. You can just it's what kind of crowd they
are. The worst is when you get there and you get that one guy going, well, what are you here for? It was a comedy show. It was a comedy. Oh my God. So you're sticking around. You didn't know there was a comedy show, but now you're drunk and you're going to stick around. So
better be funny.
Yeah, that's right. Then they don't know what a comedy show actually means.
I ain't never paid $10 to get in this bar.
Exactly.
It's better
get the money from Mouth. Well, Mouth left her.
Mouth
get it from Otis Campbell.
Mouth was a paratrooper.
Well, he was a paratrooper. Wow.
Yeah.
You think those guys keep their mouth
I bet they never had you fucking parachute into anywhere quiet.
Yeah. Did you ever have a seagull fly in your big giant mouth?
Because Jesus Christ, if he had to be stealth about anything, they were fucked.
Well, you know what? I'm doing that gig next week, so I just wanted to check on when you see how it's going.
Yeah.
So looking forward to it.
Yeah. You know what else was funny is we walked in and there's like a couple of things where you can just tell it's doomed. Because I had to bring the sound, right?
Oh, yeah.
I haven't used my sound system in probably fucking 10 years.
Oh, God. And you didn't check it either, did you?
No, I did, yeah.
Okay, all right.
So I had to... So I bring in the sound system. So we get there about an hour early. And the 7 people that came and watched the show were in the bar when we're bringing the stuff in.
Yeah.
And they had this separate room, this back room with tables and stuff. Like it was perfectly set up for, you know, it could have been a great one-nighter.
Yeah. All you need was people.
Yeah. And so you could just tell, you know, okay. So during that hour that we're setting everything up and everything, nobody else comes in. And as soon as we walk in, we see the posters on the walls.
I was going to ask you if they had it advertised.
It was from the last show. The posters from the last show were on the wall.
Who was there last week?
I don't know. I don't remember. I just know it wasn't.
You good.
I thought maybe we were replacing somebody. So I was like, well, that's not us. And he goes, yeah, that's from the last one.
Oh, my God. No, let me ask you a question. When they sat down,
I haven't sold shit. Well, did they know?
Did these people, did they sit all over, or did they at least sit up right in one place so you could get to them?
No, he only gave one. He only set up one table because nobody came.
It's like you're doing a show at your bar mitzvah or something for your grandparents.
Oh, fucking brutal.
You got through it, and I'm sure he paid you cash, and maybe some Coke. Who knows?
No,
or maybe he said, "I'll give you about 20 minutes in the back of the pickup with Mouth." See how that goes.
He gave me a check.
Have you cashed it
Yeah.
yet? Okay.
Yeah. I so far so good.
So,
But no, the owner of the bar, I didn't mind taking it. Like they own like the town.
yeah.
It's
Yeah.
one of those deals,
What's the name of the bar?
What's the name of it?
The initials usually
I think it's
JT's
called
or
Sweeney's. I think
Sweeney.
it's called
Okay.
Sweeney's,
Uh,
and they had like golf simulators there.
oh, okay.
So like it would have been like a fun place. It was like a little mini Smash Park,
You know, it was on the weekend too. You usually those little bars in those little towns usually
It was
pack in on the
Easter,
weekend. Oh, well, that
you know,
yeah.
and that was something I didn't even consider when I
Yeah.
took the gig.
Mhm.
It was just a date,
Yeah.
and so I was like,
Yeah, you got to get ready. That the bad thing for you is I know you're getting ready to work on your special.
yeah, I'm trying to do the specials
Yeah.
stuff, so I'm taking more gigs,
Yeah.
and it sucks to take one that doesn't do you any good,
Yeah.
but
Okay.
it's money, man. It's money, man.
I'm sure it was the subpar equipment I gave you. I'm sure that was the problem.
I didn't use your subpar equipment. I meant to tell you before I went.
Speaking of gigs, I got one on May 2nd. Yeah.
Thank God I tested yours before I just fucking took it.
I'll bet.
Well, once I went and got it from you and it all fit in that box, I was like, there's no fucking way. There's no fucking way there's a sound system worth of shit that fits in a box this size. All of it.
I'm promoting. I got a gig May 2nd at the event center in it's old Billy Joe. See, it's right there. And what you got to do is right in the middle there. If you click that, you can buy tickets. It's for Animal Lifeline. It's a no-kill animal shelter. These people do fantastic work. I went there the other day. They had a dog there that got. They don't know. They found it on the side of the road. It got hit by a truck or something. Maybe Pepper's her name. 2 broken hips and a broken arm. And the dog was jacked up, and they took it and they completely put new hips in and the arm. I mean, they nursed this dog back to health, where more than likely you brought it any place else, they euthanized it. And they do the same thing with kittens. And it's just unbelievable. It's just a no-kill shelter. They will, take this whatever animal you have and raise it back to health, and then they get somebody to adopt it.
Did they change that dog's name to Bill Walton?
Why Bill Walton?
His whole fucking skeleton was metal by the time he died.
The dog did not have gigantic teeth. So
Bill Walton was like a bionic man. He had like a metal cage.
Let me tell you something, sir.
He's like,
what is it? John.
I had a metal. I had a metal cage. I have a metal cage inside of me. Keeps my back together.
Mr. John Wooden and the Grateful Dead were the greatest people. Yeah, he loved his Grateful Dead.
Oh, they played Sugar Magnolia, and it was heaven. I kind of have my Bill Walton sounds way too close to like Jesse Ventura. I don't know.
And then brings you all the way back to Buffalo Bill.
I thought I was doing a pretty good job of not sounding like Buffalo Bill with that one.
It's always Buffalo Bill, baby.
It's always
Buffalo Bill.
I put that on our socials for you, Willie. I put that out there. So
thank you very much. Yeah.
Jerry Garcia put the lotion on the skin.
You're an odd man. So anyway,
I'm maintaining at this point that you have more impressions than I do.
You know what? I want to learn a Trump impression, and I don't know why I can't do it. I just can't. I can't figure out how to do it.
Shane Gillis's is really good.
Oh, his is fantastic. I mean, you got to get that voice, and you got to get the hands going. I just want to learn how to just do just a few lines, just something.
Yeah, I can't.
I can't. I'm not. Yeah.
I've tried a little bit, and I don't have it either.
I have my Jiminy Glick, and that's about it. Yeah.
It's gonna be beautiful.
Just call people a bunch of losers. That seems to be.
I want to learn how to do it, like the losers and that. I just can't. I think it's funny when they can kind of do it, like Seth Meyers does a good one, but then
your fake news.
Yeah, Jon Stewart is good because his doesn't sound. Jon Stewart just sounds like an old Jewish guy that's mad all the time, but it's still funny. But yeah, Shane Gillis is like right on.
Yeah, I don't have it.
Well, I mean, have you ever? I mean, I think on stage I've tried. I mean, I never sell it like I can do an impression. I just do it and then just people laugh because it's not even close. But you do the good impression of Billy, the convenience store girl smoking the cigarette outside the door.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's what you would call an act out.
Yep, an act out.
Right?
Okay. Yeah.
Is that what those are?
You don't even know me.
I can't. That was true.
Yeah. Oh,
that came from a fucking true story.
Came from a real place.
I went out. I was getting gas at the Get and Go.
Mm-hmm.
I went inside, and it was like I was never even fucking there. So I went back to my car, and I got my I used to carry around a recorder for jokes and shit.
Yeah.
A digital recorder. And I went back inside, and I hid the digital recorder next to on the counter where she couldn't see it, and just wandered around the store while she talked on the phone. And I just recorded her phone conversation.
Perfect.
And then got back in the car and listened to it.
You don't even know me.
Oh my God, you don't even know me.
Yeah, see, there you go. Right on.
Well, that's just a universal fucking stupid sorority girl voice. Fucking, yeah. Like that Jimmy Fallon fucking,
yeah. With the braces.
Yeah.
My only thing I do Jimmy Glick. Bill Blank. Let me ask you this, Billy.
Your Jimmy Glick's pretty good.
Oh, Jimmy Glick. I work on him, yeah. We're talking to
you work on it?
I work on my Jimmy Glick. We're talking to Mr. Bill Blank. You're a very funny comedian sometimes, Bill.
Sometimes.
You would tell me if you were having a stroke, wouldn't you?
I would hope you would tell me.
Any minute. I always feel like I'm on the verge of a stroke. I really do. Because every once in a while I'll be looking at something and then things get blurry for a second, then they come back into focus. So, but I don't want to alarm anybody. But yeah, I'm right on the edge. What's going on over there, Chrissy?
All right, it's time for a break.
All right.
Let's get our break.
I'm going to go get something to drink.
Yeah, we'll get our break from our great sponsors, Revelton Distilling Company, Green Beret Realty, and Kyle Lehman, all from the AKC Andrew Downs Marketing Studio. And then when we come back, I got a couple Reddit topics. I found a viral video about 20 minutes ago that fits into your golf trip, Bill. And then my favorite segment, our AI segment for the night. So,
hey, make sure you run those commercials together and don't come back to the screen, because I plan on having my dick out the whole time. That we're off. I'm just gonna stand out.
Can you finish in a minute and a half?
Fuck. Talking to the fucking professional, dude. Can I finish in a minute and a half? Act like you can't. Oh, listen, we can hear Willie talking to his dog. Listen.
Oh, then he stopped. That might be a wrestling buddy.
You want to go eat, buddy? You want to go eat?
All right, we'll be right back.
All right.
Making great tasting bourbon requires the perfect combination of ingredients, conditions, and time. The longer it rests, the better it tastes. Revelton Distillery's new single barrel bourbon is made from 80% corn, sourced 100% from Iowa farmers. And unlike mass-produced bourbons, each barrel of Revelton's single barrel bourbon is unique, proofed on when it tastes best. As they like to say, it'll be ready when it's ready. And to ensure the highest standards of quality and flavor, owners Rob and Christy Taylor oversee the production and bottling. Every single barrel. Iowa-born, Iowa-aged, Iowa-bottled. Try the new single barrel bourbon from Iowa's own Revelton Distillery. ReveltonDistillery.com.
In 2023, a crack Green Beret named Dan Douglas retired his military command and promptly escaped to a full-time career in real estate. Today, this man is wanted by home buyers and sellers who want to survive the process without spending a fortune. If you have a home to sell or want to buy one, maybe you can hire Dan Douglas at Green Beret Realty. You can find him at greenberetrealty.com. greenberetrealty.com.
Whether you're buying, selling, or refinancing your home, or if it's simply time to renovate the one you're already living in, you need an experienced mortgage professional to help you analyze your financing options and to make sure the closing goes smoothly. And that's exactly what you get when you call Kyle Lehman at Wintrust Mortgage. Kyle's experience and expertise, coupled with Wintrust's rates and programs, ensures you'll get the mortgage that's right for you. You may even qualify for down payment assistance. Before you reach out to a realtor, call Kyle and get pre-qualified, empowering you to start shopping for the home of your dreams. Call Kyle at 515-473-0546. Kyle Lehman, Wintrust Mortgage, 515-473-0546.
All right, and we're back. So scrolling through Twitter about 20 minutes ago, and I came across this lovely gem. A couple guys may or may not have had a little bit too much to drink on the golf course, and this happened.
Justin.
Why does the fat guy shirt always have to come off? Oh, boy. Oh, man.
De-escalate.
Oh, jeez.
Crazy, hun.
Wow.
That dude got clocked.
A couple times.
Right
Jeez.
there.
Oh. Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, your shirt comes off, you usually aren't winning the fight. You can't keep your shirt on.
I mean, that's a solid right there.
Wow. Yeah, he did. He clocked him good.
But like, actually, no, though.
No?
No,
Yeah.
like, there's a weak ass punch, really.
Well, but he got him because when he gets
no, the
back
guy
up, he's all
fucking walked
bloody.
right into it.
Yeah.
But he
Well,
looks
he's all
uncoordinated.
bloody.
Like, watch. Keep going. Watch the next punch. Watch when he punches the black guy.
Mm.
Look, he's all bloody
Like
right
he's in,
there,
like
bro.
he's backing up.
De-escalate.
Watch.
This is crazy. This is crazy, hun.
Jesus.
See, look how we do. Those punches
Yeah.
are weak.
Maybe the guy had a stroke. You don't know. That's why he
He
fell.
looks,
Yeah.
I mean, he looks like he's like thicker than the, like he's beefier.
Yeah.
Like the one guy's just fat.
Mhm.
He's tall. I mean, I'm just saying, like, he didn't look like he knew how to throw a punch
Let
necessarily.
me ask you a question. How does it get to that point? I mean, how
That's
does
what I
it
want to
get
know.
To that point.
I want to see the video beforehand that caused it all. Like those.
I mean, it's
Somebody
got to
hit
be
it.
more than
Had
let
to
me
have been
play
somebody
through,
hitting-
doesn't it?
Somebody hit into somebody.
Yeah.
more than
there you
once.
Somebody.
Yeah.
More than
Yes.
once. Yes.
Somebody's playing
Yeah.
too slow.
go. Mhm.
Somebody hit into somebody. Somebody got pissed off.
Yeah.
Started talking. Started running their mouths. And then fucking eventually, yeah. That's all. I mean, that's the only thing I can think of that could possibly happen on a golf
Or
course.
the one guy ran up to the other guy and says, "You let my father have a stroke, you bastard!" And Mhm.
And
Listen.
you counted those two strokes.
yeah, and you gave him a 10.
He messaged me the other day and thanked me for saving his life. So you
That
can
might
add
be a little over dramatic.
you can add hero to the list.
You know what? That from now on,
my-
on the bottom
to my
there, when it says
lore.
Bill Blank. I want a hero right after, right on there.
Hero, leader of men, hero. Among
Scratch golfer. If we're gonna lie, let's
among
lie all the
other
way.
things.
There you go. I just added it to your bio.
There you go.
There you go,
Perfect.
hero. I like it. There you go.
Perfect. In fact, I think we should change our theme music to that Mariah Carey song.
When a hero comes
And then a
along,
hero comes along with
the
the
strength
strength to carry.
I'm more of a
and a
Chad Kroger.
handicap of 6. We're gonna lie all the way.
I'm more of a Chad Kroger hero song from Spider-Man.
What the fuck's that?
Here comes a
Fucking-
hero, or there goes a hero, and Maybe is that the name of that song?
Oh, you're talking about not Chad Kroger. That's what's it called? Not the Goo Goo Dolls.
Oh, Foo Fighters.
The Foo Fighters,
Oh,
yeah.
there's another one by Chad Kroger.
There goes my hero. That's
Here we go. This song. Here we go.
Don't please. Isn't
What?
that Nickelback?
No, it's not Nickelback.
Isn't
Hey,
that
don't
the
be-
singer? Isn't he the
don't-
singer?
Don't fucking hate on Nickelback.
Isn't he the singer in Nickelback?
I don't know.
Chad Kroger?
I don't know.
Dude, he's the singer in Nickelback.
No, he's not.
Play the song. Does it show? Yes, that's the fucking Nickelback guy. How do you not know that?
What?
Yes.
Shut up.
What
Let
do
me
you
look.
mean?
Hold
You
on.
don't fucking know?
No, I don't know.
I don't know any of those
How
guys.
we end up like this?
Let's go to Nickelback's. Let's see. They're Canadian.
Lead
Oh yeah,
vocalist.
lead
What does that
vocalist Chad
say?
Kroger. Right. Had
Jesus
no idea. Had
fucking
no idea.
Christ, Chris.
I don't know music genre. I don't know what to say.
I had no idea who any of them.
Do you
guys
know
were.
Yeah,
why?
see, Willie and I don't know.
Do you know who they
I don't know.
blame for that? There's like a. I don't know if the whole documentary is about. I can't remember what the documentary is about exactly, but it's like, or it was like an episode of something about how like the way things get labeled somehow, and people just decide they suck.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
Nickelback documentary. Yeah, I never. Yeah, I was
So-
never a big Nickelback fan, but I never thought of them in a way that they
They
were horrible.
blame Brian Posehn for that.
Oh, really? That guy, the big goofy looking dude?
I don't
Yeah.
know who it is either.
You don't know who Brian Posehn is?
No idea.
He's that big guy that
he's
he's
like-
got. Yeah, he's been a character actor in a
Big-
million shows.
Yeah, he's big. Like he was on Mr. Show. He
He
fucking
also
hilarious.
traveled with. They did a show called Comedians, something with it was Zach,
The Comedians of Comedy.
Patton Oswalt, Zach Galifianakis,
Maria
and
Bamford.
yeah,
Yeah,
which sounds like a hell of a show.
that was really funny.
Yeah.
I opened for him, Posehn, once.
Oh, did you really?
Yeah,
How was he?
Oh,
He was
okay. I know who
great.
this is now. I know who
Yeah.
this is now.
yeah.
So he's the
So
one
they
that
blamed.
started.
I think it was an episode of Tough Crowd back in the day.
Yeah.
But anyway, it was just It was a great line that he got off.
Mhm.
Yeah, where he just said something to the effect of, "Yeah, and then they'll think Nickelback's a good band."
Oh,
And
wow.
and that was like the line of the night or so. I don't know, but I guess from that
Jeez.
moment forward,
It just turned into.
somehow it
it's-
just took off.
It's kind of like what Hannibal Buress did with Cosby.
Yeah, exactly.
Just a show one night, just doing a show.
Somebody
Isn't
happened
that
to
crazy?
tape it.
Yeah, and he says one thing that a million people have said before and didn't make a big deal out of it, and it literally got Cosby put in jail.
Blew up.
Yeah,
Well, I think the whole rape thing caused him to go to jail.
yeah. Well, yeah. He just underlined it a little better than everybody else.
All right.
I have a question real quick.
Yep.
So you guys both played Little League, right?
Yep.
Yes,
I was a
Everybody
star in
played
Little League. Yeah.
I was not.
Oh, which kid were you, Chris?
I was. Hey, why don't you go play left field?
You mean right field?
What I see that shows you.
He didn't even know which field he was supposed to be.
Right
That's
field
when you
was
know.
where you were the kid in the Pizza Hut commercial.
Yes, yes.
I play right field. It's important.
What position were you, Billy? Were you
know.
shortstop?
Yeah, most of the time.
I was a catcher.
And then I moved to
Yeah.
third base when I got
Yeah.
to varsity, high
Yeah.
school varsity.
Yeah.
Anyway, so did you guys ever have that kid who just like had a huge head? Was there? I feel like there was a kid on
Oh
every
yeah,
team
growing up, you always had the one kid that just
that he couldn't wear the helmet.
Yeah.
Like the helmet sat all the
Mhm.
way up on his head.
yeah. Is that
So-
you?
Oh fuck no!
Oh.
I had a normal sized head. God damn it! You're the one whose face is taking up the fucking screen. See, look at I made him freeze.
Yep.
So we got to figure out this freezing issue. We're having a freezing issue with Willie every
Well,
night.
maybe
now.
if he actually showed up at your house every once in a while.
Yeah. That was kind of my motivation, you know,
Yeah.
for coming to my house because I knew everything would be
Back up.
wired.
Get him back up.
Hey, welcome. Willie's back
There
after
you
the
go.
cookies.
After the frozen.
Okay. Hurry up. I got
So-
some topics.
Yeah, anyway, I just happened to be talking about that kid, and my girlfriend was getting mad at me because the kid that I was talking about, he was friends with her, like in junior high, you know, and she was like, he protected me from a lot of guys, and I was like, no, he cock blocked a lot of guys. He wasn't protect. It wasn't some noble fucking cause.
He was your friend.
Yeah,
You friend zoned him.
I was like,
So that
believe
he
me, if
wasn't.
you turned
If he
around,
couldn't
yeah,
fuck you, nobody else was.
if you turned around and was like, Scott, oh my God, thank you for protecting me from those guys. Will you fuck me, please? He'd have been like, no. Now listen, I only do this because I'm a good person.
Will you help me put on my stocking cap? I can't get it around my head. My stocking cap's too tight. I'm getting a headache.
And so I texted my friend. I texted a couple of friends of mine that were teammates, and I'm just my friends I grew up with, but we also were teammates in Little League. And he was that kid on my team, and I go, "Hey, you remember so and so?"
He was the kid that he didn't get the actual. He actually didn't get the actual team hat because his head was too big. He had to wear the coach's hat.
You got the coach's hat and the coach's
and his mom
uniform.
His mom's first and last name rhymed, so we had this whole fucking rhyme. Like, but I don't want to. I'm afraid it'll get to him or something if I say their names. But god damn it,
Yeah, because that's
No, he's
not
sitting at
PG-13.
home right now going, "Hey,
Hey,
yeah."
my head's not big.
he just is.
sitting
My
there with
head is normal size for a normal size.
He's
person.
sitting there watching. There's little planets just flying around his head. Just
Okay, here I'll say his mom's name is his mom's name.
I knew you couldn't resist.
I know. His mom's name was Ruth DeMuth.
Ruth Duluth.
DeMuth.
Demuth.
Yeah, Ruth DeMuth.
Oh,
And my friend, I didn't remember this.
bringing up poor bad fucking memories for this
I
kid.
didn't remember this. And so my buddy fucking, when I texted him about my girlfriend getting mad that I was making fun of him,
Ruth
they
Demuth.
fucking text me back. He goes, what about Ruth DeMuth who lost her tooth on a roof and didn't have any couth?
Oh,
And I just
children.
fucking lost it.
Children are fucking cruel.
I couldn't even read it. I didn't remember that. We made up rhymes all the time about people, and I didn't remember that. And have you had that happen? That's why I brought it up. Like,
Yeah.
haven't you had that happen with like a childhood friend
Oh yeah.
where you completely forgot about, hadn't thought about any this in years and years, like decades,
Yeah.
and they just trigger that memory and it floods in.
Well, I can remember. You just brought something up in my. We had a kid in our school. Now, understand. Now, I went to grade school in the '60s. Okay, '60s. I went to St. Anthony's in the '60s. They didn't know nothing about any. There was no autism or Downs or no. There was nothing. I mean, you're just
Dale Jones.
And we had this
Dale
one
Jones.
kid.
When I was a kid,
Yeah.
autism meant stupid.
Yeah, exactly. But we had this one kid that he would just go. He would just keep making noises like that, and the nuns would beat the fuck out of him, and he would just go. He was named John Murphy. I think John's died, but yeah, just she said, Mr. Murphy, shut up. And he go. She hit him with a fucking ruler. John Murphy. Yeah, he's dead. I'm pretty sure he's dead.
Well, yeah, everybody beat the shit out of him, trying to get him to stop making.
Yeah,
doing
John
his
Murphy.
tick.
Yeah. Autism means
You know
stupid.
what? I may have made fun of some people I shouldn't have made fun of, but I never beat anybody up.
Well, we didn't. The nuns did. The nuns just beat
Oh,
him.
the nuns beat him.
The nuns beat him. He'd be going, and the nuns would be just wailing on him. And he'd sit there, and even as a child, you're looking over there going, I think there's probably something wrong with this kid. I mean,
I don't think you can help it. Maybe they thought he had the devil in him. Maybe it's the devil in
might
him.
have been the truth.
Get out of here, Azazel.
Beelzebub.
Beelzebub.
Oh God. All right, we gotta move on. So we gotta. Speaking of
What happens
nuns,
if you say Beelzebub 3 times in the mirror?
It's Beelzebub. It's not Beelzebub.
What?
What the fuck's a Beelzebub?
I don't
It's
know.
Beelzebub.
Beelzebub? What's Beelzebub?
The Beelzebub's the devil. It's not Beelzebub.
I like Beelzebub better. I think it's so it's
Beelzebub.
oh God.
you guys are laughing at me. You're laughing at me like I'm the new kid in your Catholic school. He doesn't even know how to say Beelzebub. You need to get a load of this fucking guy.
Hey, Billy, go.
You guys, I don't want to go see Beelzebub.
Jesus.
Do you remember the Ruth Duluth and she had the Beelzebub in her?
Ruth Duluth Beelzebub. There was a lady, my dad grew up, kid he played with, his name was Bill Bethel, and his mom's name was Ethel.
Okay, I'm going to tell you something.
Ethel
This is the
Bethel and
truth.
Ruth Duluth.
Let me tell you what. We had a girl in our
Street
neighborhood
over
growing up, and I swear to God, her name was Anita Dick. I'm not joking. On the south side, her name was Anita Dick.
Why would you do that to your kid?
I
Why?
have no
Why would
idea.
you do that?
Please tell me she
Because
was
her dad had the Beelzebub in him. That's
You know what I think about a lot now?
get the Beelzebub out of here.
When it comes to life expectancy, like at this point, like everybody has to at least acknowledge that their grandma sucked a dick. She probably did, right?
You gotta get some kind of hobby or something. So you don't think about this. You
Hey,
got the Beelzebub in you. I'll tell you right now.
Why do I need a hobby? I'm the one that doesn't know how to say Beelzebub. Beelzebub.
No, I can't even say.
I don't even remember what the word is now.
Beelzebub.
It was Beelzebub.
Beelzebub.
Beelzebub. Not Beelzebub.
Okay.
Why can't it be Beelzebub?
You know what? Beelzebub.
I just
You've changed it.
maybe Beelzebub's like his court jester.
He's a cousin
He's
to
like-
Beetlejuice.
What if like Beelzebub's just a sad guy on his throne, just
And then Beelzebub comes in and makes everybody happy.
Beelzebub doesn't even make me laugh anymore. I'm gonna need some bestiality.
Okay.
Not to be confused with what's the other one where
Not to be
apparently
confused with zoophilia.
that's where apparently the dog.
That's where you're in love. It's mutual. It's a mutual in love relationship.
I gotta rein this in. I've got to rein this in. All right.
Okay.
Okay.
What's your
Next topic.
I'm sorry.
Next topic. The Pope has died,
Yes.
and as we know, when they elect a new Pope, they burn.
Beelzebub celebrates. He's down there like, down goes Frazier.
The
Sorry.
tradition is that they burn the papers, the voting papers,
Right.
and when a Pope is elected, a new Pope is elected, the smoke is white.
With smoke is white. Yes.
What other vote or tradition do you think they should do in a similar fashion
For the Pope.
for any
for
event?
For
Well, they
anything.
should just
When you elect a new.
Burn some shit to let everybody know.
Just some kind of an iconic tradition do you think that they should enact for a different type of election or vote or significant occurrence.
When Trump, if they can get Trump out of office, they should burn down a warehouse full of Cheetos. And then no, that would be okay. Let me think what would be a good one.
Every time a Republican senator dies of old age, gay people should fuck in the windows of shopping centers.
Keep that alive, because Grassley is 93, so could happen any minute now.
Is he really?
Yes,
93.
he's 93 years old.
And he's still in office.
Yep.
He was trying to talk to those people. That was so sad. I don't know. I mean, a good tradition would be elect. I'm thinking of anybody that gets elected. That's a major thing. I mean, we don't really care if anybody's elected anymore about anything. Usually, it's somebody horrible's elected. What was the tradition of that, Chris? How come that? How did that come up? Well, why did they do that with the Pope?
Well, let's look up.
Why would they? I'm guessing back in old times, there's no other way to let people know, right? So everybody cast your eyes towards the Vatican.
I just see like.
Okay, so here we go. The tradition. Go ahead, Bill. Nope, that's right.
I see this super corny like musical in my head, like where there's all these women like in the square, and the smoke becomes white, and they're a new pope has arrived.
Yeah,
a new pope has arrived, and then
kind of like the new Wizard of Oz.
The new pope has arrived. The smoke,
little munchkins all dancing around. Yeah.
Sorry. That's right. The tradition of using black and white smoke as a signal for the papal conclave started with black smoke for inconclusive voting rounds, and white smoke for the new pope began in 1914.
Oh, it's not that really that old.
That elected Pope Benedict the 15th. Prior to that, the Sistine Chapel's chimney was not used to signal the results of the conclave.
Yeah,
Chris, I was.
You don't want to fuck up the ceiling.
I was named after my middle name. I was named after the Pope when I was born. My middle name is Pius. I was named after Pope Pius the 12th.
Huh.
Yeah.
Interesting.
How'd that work out?
Ego.
It's all right. It's all right.
Has nothing to do with your ego.
Okay.
No.
My favorite segment.
Hold on a second.
What is it, Beelzebub? Billy Beelzebub Blake. That's gonna be. You know what? I think that's how from now.
I'm gonna say this. I mean this. I actually do mean this. This is serious. So this is one of those things I feel like when you talk about systemic racism, this is an example of one of the things I feel like gets that this is what unconscious bias means to me. So it's black smoke, and then all is right in the world when it turns white.
Okay,
and that's been going on since the beginning of time, right? And then you look at every like fairy tale, all that stuff. The black knight's the bad knight, the white knight's the good knight.
Mm-hmm.
Like black always represented darkness and white represented light. Like it's always been that way. And so I genuinely do feel that that at least some of like systemic racism and unconscious bias, I believe that contributes to it.
White is all colors, and black is lack of all colors. I think that's
right.
That's
cowboy movies, white hat and black hat.
That's right. Yeah.
I mean, you just look at the whole history of just everything, storytelling, everything.
Yep.
The cue ball that hits all the other balls is white. On the other hand, a bowling ball is black and gets to hit 10 white.
And also, you win the game by hitting the black one in last. The black one's the one. If you hit the black one in too early, you lose.
Mm-hmm. Always behind the black 8 ball. You know what, Billy? We need to change it. Beelzebub, I'll tell you what we need to do. We need to change all this. We need to change this world around to where everybody loves each other again.
Well,
we are the world. We are the children.
A little bit, that's a little bit presumptuous, but I just wanted to make that point. Like, you look at how old that tradition is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And
Exactly. I agree.
mean, look at the movies that you grew up watching, you know, unless it
I mean, you
was,
think about everything. White was always purity. Black was always like,
Yep.
you know, I would say up until the late 80s, early 90s.
You get married in a white dress, you get buried in a black dress.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, I do think it's a contributing factor. I just do. And maybe I'm wrong, but I think it is.
I think you're right.
Thank you very much
Anyway,
for your point of view, Beelzebub.
Okay, here we go.
You know, white Christians don't agree with me. That's why I worship Beelzebub.
That's right. Welcome. What do you got here, Chrissy?
All righty. So AI has inspired me. Do you wonder what we would look like as wrestling buddies?
I feel like Willie's already seen this.
No, I haven't. I just
The way you're getting right now.
Oh, we'll start with mine.
Wrestling buddy. Let's see.
Wrestling buddy.
Yeah.
It's the same fucking dude. I'm starting to think that this AI is snake oil, dude. This is bullshit.
I'm using the same.
All AI has really done is taught itself how to plagiarize.
I'm using the same photo as inspiration.
He has a wrestling buddy.
But
Billy, look at that.
This is my version of
poke a hole in
wrestling buddy for me.
Tell me you wouldn't want to poke a hole in him, Billy. Come on now. Come on, Beelzebub. You want to poke a hole in that?
I was a little worried that this said Old Man Strange.
Yeah.
And Bill would be all over about having some strange.
But no, here's what I would do. I'd cut my fuck hole right where the O is. And fuck your brains out.
I like it. That was a good one.
All right. So now we have Willie.
Let me see.
So again, same
wrestling buddy. Let me see.
Same wrestling buddy.
Oh yeah. Huh? I look like the wrestling buddy. I look like the wrestling buddy's promoter. Is what I look like.
Yeah, he's like the manager.
Yeah, he's the one that's taking everybody's money and then giving them like a small stipend.
He's got like some kind of powder in his pocket to throw in the other guy's eyes.
Man, look at him.
Pockets. Yeah, I think so.
He's distracting the ref.
Yes.
Yeah, I got a little grit on my face, like I'm actually making some money because I'm not paying the wrestlers.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay. Here comes my fucking fat wrestling buddy. Here it comes. My fucking,
Billy, you don't know that. You don't know that, Beelzebub. Hold on.
You don't know that.
King Kong Bundy with a beard wrestling buddy.
Holy cow.
What is that kid thing going on?
You know what? You're the only one with a full torso, though.
Why body legs?
Me and Kristen have legs, and you have legs at least.
Oh God!
You know what? We ought to really make one of those for Billy.
We need. Dude.
A little
if I could figure out how to make a custom
little Beelzebub.
It looks like I got a little camel toe going.
I swear to God, if they have a custom.
Oh my God!
Oh, shut up!
Slam
buddies are custom printed and common. Oh my God, dude!
Oh yeah,
I can order a custom slam buddy.
There you go. Look at Billy. What are you saying, Bill? What are you saying right there in that with the finger pointed? What are you saying?
Don't even touch my asshole. Don't even think about touching my asshole.
You're gonna do it. Do it with authority. Do it like it's what'd you call it? Zoology or whatever it is.
Zoophilia.
Zoophilia. That's what.
Look me in the eye like you're in love with me.
That's right.
Don't just fuck me.
And hit me right up the old Beelzebub. Your Beelzebub.
So.
Oh my God, that's hilarious.
Please tell me I can order a custom.
It needs to be a body pillow.
Oh, for both independent and established wrestlers to stock the. Hold on. I'm gonna have to figure out how to do this.
Just upload a picture.
I God want to order one of these.
I'm pretty sure you can just get a pillow made. Just upload the picture.
No, it's got to be a wrestling buddy with a little fuck hole in it. So,
or you could just get it printed and cut it out and stuff it. Throw it together.
Billy, would it be wrong for you to take your own wrestling buddy and do stuff with it, or
Right.
Well, I don't have to practice anymore. Like,
but what would I mean by doing yourself? Would that be? I don't know. That'd be wrong. If loving you was wrong, you don't want to be right, right?
I mean, it was. Is it worse than fucking the Macho Man?
I don't know. You'll have to let us
The
know
Ultimate
later
Warrior?
at a different broadcast. You'll have to let us know.
Maybe a little bit. It's only $40 for a custom made wrestling buddy.
Mhm.
Hold on, upload photo. Hold on. I'm so gonna do this.
God.
This fucking guy. When is our thingy?
May
When's our
20th.
live show?
May 20th. I'll have details out.
Yeah.
Hopefully this week.
Yeah.
I'm touring Capital City Fruit, who's going to join in with us. They have a couple of bike teams that we think are going to show up, and the team at Iowa Distilling Company is coordinating some of the stuff on there. And so I should have more details by next week.
And next week we're going on Monday night, right?
Monday night. Yep. I have a work thing, so Andrew from Hawkseye View is going to produce for you.
Mm-hmm.
So
maybe I'll come over, Billy.
No, you won't. Yeah,
no, you won't.
I think at this point, just fucking call me when you're gonna come over.
Okay, I will.
Yeah,
I might. I will come over.
Because now,
me and you, Beelzebub.
I don't know. We could just make a segment each week about what Willie's excuse is gonna be.
We could. That could be what's Willie's
like,
excuse this week.
Like the dude that calls in every Monday. You know, I got diarrhea. My sister's car wouldn't start, so I had to go jump it.
I fell and hurt
I planned on coming over, but
I fell. Bill Beelzebub blank.
The sushi.
I just saw that.
He did. It's been up there for a while.
I don't notice things very well.
Listen, Beelzebub loves you.
It's right, Beelzebub.
All Beelzebub wants you to do is be true to yourself and love yourself.
Be true to your school.
Yeah,
Be true to your school.
Beelzebub wants you to have your own free will and don't live your life for him. Live it for yourself.
No finer words are spoken. So
yeah,
Beelzebub
wants, all
the church of Billy Beelzebub blank, the triple B's. No, it'd actually be 4 B's because Beelzebub blank. Yeah,
Beelzebub wants all sexual deviants to go unjudged.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's another episode of Billy and Willie's Workshop.
Next Monday.
Next Monday night. We'll catch you on Monday night.
We'll be over Beelzebub's house.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
Right.
Thanks everybody for listening.
Love you all. Beelzebub loves you.
Beelzebub loves you. Peace out.
Just a mic and a dream. Now we ride this circuit, chasing that scene. Every heckle, every cheer, every silent stare. Made us sharper, made us bolder. We ain't going nowhere. Billy and Willie's Workshop, welcome inside, where the jokes are sharp and the laughs collide. From the Vegas stage to the IAD grind, this